It's the Spotter Stand Live, starring BSR Pockets, BSR Hot Rod, BSR Momo, BSR Jova, BSR Scar, BSR SR5, Eddie D, featuring BSR Wings, Bubba J, Vince Conway, BSR Rugrat, Gear, Big Vito, Palmion, Randy Sewing, musical guest, BSR Mayhem, and your host, BSR Texan. Ladies and gentlemen, BSR Texan.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Spotter Stand, coming at you live. Just finished up another great week of racing here at BSR Bomb Squad Racing. We just left Richmond, getting ready to head into Talladega, Ricky Bobby territory. How's everybody doing tonight? We got Eddie D with us, BSR Hot Rod, Gear Jammer, and Rugrat all with us live tonight. How you guys doing?
I'm
Doing good.
I see Gear looks like his mic is stuck open there. What's going on, Gear?
It shouldn't be. Hold on.
So anyway, we're glad all you guys could join us this week. We got last week's racing and one race from the previous week. We raced in the dirt. We didn't have a spotter stand last weekend, so we're going to catch up on that dirt race from the week before and all of last week's racing, get you guys up to date on what's going on and what's going to be coming up this week here at BSR. Let's get right into it. We're going to start off with last week's dirt race we ran at Orange County. It looks like from the schedule here, BSR Gear Jammer sat on the pole at Orange County, and I can see Hot Rod grab the win. Hot Rod, you got an update for us on how the heat race went?
Yes, I won the heat. You trying to keep points tight, finish second to get them bonus points.
I kept with you in bonus points at least, but looks like with you picking up the win, I definitely finished behind you, so still lost some more points in the overall standings. Let's go over and take a look at the race results here from past Wednesday's Orange County race.
Yes, it was a pretty good race. We had a lot of battles going on everywhere. Rugrat led quite a few laps. I won. Gear got second. Texan third. Eddie D fourth. And Bubba J rounds out top five.
Hey, Rugrat led 12 laps in that race. Great job, Rugrat.
That's right. I wasn't supposed to be here tonight. You're just talking about me.
Yeah, remember I ran her side by side on the outside. I was on the outside. She was on the inside, and I couldn't get by her. She, made me pay for running out there, too. I ended up dropping a couple spots, and then I'm going to work my way back up through.
Why do I want to say it was Momo that was behind? I kept giving me a really good bump in the start of that race when we restarted and got me out pretty far in front of everyone.
Yeah, yep, I remember that. Momo giving you a bump and got you going.
So looking at these standings, it looks like you gained 2 more points on me in the overall. If I remember correctly, you had a 6-point lead.
Yep.
That should move you up to an 8-point lead. Let's take a look at the standings here in this dirt series. Yes, Hot Rod with an 8-point lead over myself. Gear Jammer, third place, backed by 15. Eddie D in fourth, backed by 18. And Bubba J rounding out the top five, down by 19. Rugrat currently sitting in sixth place, down by 26 points, right in the middle of the field. She's got the lead on Palmian, Pockets, Momo, Mayhem, and Vito. Only one spot off the top five right now, Rugrat.
And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, me and Palmion were tied going into that race.
I don't remember.
Well, let's go back. Let's go back to the race results here and see.
Speaking of the rookie, where is he tonight?
I'm sure he's around somewhere. He'll probably be in here before the show's over. It looks like you only gained 1 point on him. You finished one spot ahead of him in that race, so you must have already been ahead of him.
That would have broke the tie by one, and I think they're further split than that.
Yeah, there's a 3-point gap between them now, so you already had a 2-point lead on him going into that race. And you just spaced it out just a little bit more this time.
We got Bubba J and Vito in the stream.
What's up, Bubba J? Good to see you, man. You too, Vito. We missed you last night. We did pick some teams, so you got on a team. We'll be getting to that here shortly. A couple of more nights to go over, and we'll be getting into what's going on in the team series for season 41. Season 41. Yes. So let's move over, take a look at...
Nope. Can't get out of the dirt yet. We got to stay in the dirt because we're going back to the dirt this week.
Okay. Let's go to the schedule. Yes, we will be Wednesday night. The only night we won't be running Talladega. Wednesday night, we're running at Canandaigua.
Yes, that's one of Rugrat's better tracks.
So you got
that was the first dirt track she actually led more than 2 laps in. So we're going back there. I expect her to have a really good run there.
Well,
maybe even get lucky and pull off a win. We'll see.
She's currently 7 points behind Bubba J, 7 points out of 5th place. So you might move up into 5th. You might at least maybe be able to close that gap a little bit more between yourself and Bubba J. 7 points behind Bubba J, 8 points behind Eddie D. So you're not too far off Eddie D right now in the Dirt Series either. That's a 4th place spot.
Yeah, not far off at all.
So over in the Truck Series, this week we did run in the trucks.
User disconnected from your channel.
There went Rugrat. I'm guessing maybe she got home. She's about to come up and get on the actual PC.
She may be home. I ain't sure.
Sounded like she was on her phone, maybe on her way.
Yeah, she was on her phone. That's for sure. I don't know. I didn't hear her come in the door, so.
Well, we did run at Richmond on Wednesday night. Richmond, pretty decent races this week at Richmond. We had some green flag pit stops Thursday night for sure. Wednesday night, I can't remember if we had green flag stops or not, but I know we had some great racing. You see, BSR Mayhem took the pole, and BSR Momo did take the win on Wednesday night. So great job, Momo. Congrats on another victory there. A bonus point for you in the Truck Series. Let's go ahead and take a look at the race results from Wednesday night's truck race at Richmond.
Yes, Momo wins the race. Texan second. Eddie D third. Pockets fourth. And Bubba J rounds out the top 5. Mayhem did lead the most laps.
Oh, look how close it was. Mayhem led 63. I led 60. 3 laps difference for that 1 point. And as we all know, that point matters when it comes down to the end of the season. The top 5 at the end of that segment before we hit the chase are all going to get some bonus points. And the leader at that point will get 2 bonus points. The rest of the top 5 are all going to get 1. So Mayhem doing all he can to secure every bonus point he can there, and leading the most laps definitely helps. Every point you can get in every race makes a difference. Looks like several drivers led a lap in this race, only a few who didn't. Looks like Pockets, Bubba J, Palmian, and Gear, the only drivers who didn't manage to stay out and lead a lap at Richmond. Gear, looks like you had some rough luck again on Wednesday night. I see 113 laps down. Looks like you were out early on Wednesday night.
That's the day his brother.
He had to leave early.
That is right. I recall that was that night. Crickets.
Yeah, Gear's not paying attention.
No, my kids are yelling in the background.
Let's go take a look at our standings right now in the truck season. What do we, let's go back to the schedule here. 6 races in to the truck schedule at this point. And the standings, I still hold the lead with a pretty good gap, 24 points over BSR Pockets in second place, 34 points back to third place, BSR Eddie D. Hot Rod moves up a spot to take over fourth place, down by 46, and Gear rounding out the top 5, down by 47. And Palmian, I believe, Palmian has missed a race Wednesday night. Did he not end up missing a race? That's why he's now back there, 84 points back in 7th place.
Him and Mayhem have both missed one race.
Mayhem, of course, been pulling off some victories this season, so he's still hanging in there pretty well considering he's missed a race.
Yes. And I haven't had nothing but bad luck in the truck series.
Eddie D, you're doing a great job there, man. Podium right now, 3rd place. 10 points off of Pockets.
I'm trying, man. That's all I can say on that one. I mean, when it comes to the trucks, we got a good team. We seem to run up top, and just hope our luck keeps hanging on there.
Well, several races to go till we hit that chase point where there will be bonus points in the top 5. Right now, you and Gear both in that top 5. Gear has only got about 7 points, it looks like, over Mayhem. Might still be able to hang in there in that top 5, pull off one of those bonus point spots. I would say at 34 points back, and you're a good 20 some odd points. I think you at least got a top 5 sewn up and probably one of those bonus points headed into the chase.
I wouldn't count on anything with 6 races to go.
Anything can happen, but that's a lot of points to make up in 6 races. 20 points. It can be done. It can be done.
Well, we're a little over a month out from the next bonus points race here in the truck series because June 3rd, we will be at Texas.
That's right. And if I remember correctly, I won the previous Texas race and got the bonus points for that victory. Let's go back and take a look since we're not too far off. Let's see where everybody finished at Texas here the first time around. The top 5 are your bonus points getters, and it was 3-2-1-1-1. So it looks like Mayhem finished 2nd place, did get 2 extra bonus points. Bubba J, Pockets, and SS also finished top 5. And Eddie D, you were only 1 spot off of a bonus point in that last Texas race. So
I do not want to go to Texas. I can't finish a freaking Texas race for nothing.
Yeah, it looks like you had some terrible luck at Texas. 81 laps back. That's most of the race. You were definitely out early in that one.
I always blow up in Texas. Always. Don't matter. Every time. I didn't even have any tape on and blew up. Imagine that.
So there is a look at the rest of the truck schedule. As we said earlier, we are going to be in the dirt at Canandaigua this Wednesday night. Our next truck race will be April
Dover.
29th. Yes, Dover. So what is that? That's the week after this. Yeah. So just this 1 week of dirt, and then we'll be back into the trucks April 29th. Then it looks like we'll have a few weeks of a break back into the dirt.
I have to actually go check something here. I got to make sure that there's not a dirt race scheduled for the All-Star Week, because the All-Star Week is the week before the Charlotte race in the trucks.
Right. Which would be somewhere around the 13th
of May.
Yes. No. Yeah. May 13th.
Yep. We're not no dirt scheduled, so the All-Star race will be. Hold on, I'll tell you the exact date here in a second as soon as I find it.
May 13th for the trucks.
Yes, May 13th for the trucks, the 14th for the Cup, and the 15th for and that's all bonus points.
Oh yeah.
That's our next bonus point race.
And then Texas not far behind that for the trucks, and Michigan not far behind that for the Cup and the Xfinity Series. So let's go to the Cup Series here. Take a look at how Thursday night's Cup Series race at Richmond went. Good ways into segment 1 now. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 9 races out of 13 have been run in segment 1 of this Cup Series. Only 4 races left to go before we finish up segment 1, hand out a few bonus points for the top 5 in the segment. So it looks like Mayhem took the pole at Richmond in the Cup Series, and look at that. BSR Hot Rod with the victory on Thursday night in the Cup Series. Great job, Hot Rod, man. That was an awesome race. We had a couple of cautions in that race, but we did have green flag pit stops. That's right. And coming towards the end of the race, Momo had the lead, and he was looking for the sweep. He was looking for the sweep at Richmond, and he almost pulled it off. Hot Rod, though, with the great long run car. I believe Mayhem was in second. I was in third. Hot Rod in fourth place. Ran me down from 5, 6, 7 seconds back, a long ways back for me. He ran me down, past me, past Mayhem, and Momo still had a pretty good lead at that point. He had some great pit stops and had a good car, was doing really well on the track. There were 2 factors basically that came in with Momo. One, he was just a little bit short on fuel. He was trying to save a little bit of fuel, and then he had his infamous desktop glitch that happened to him. He went to desktop right there in that last run with, I don't know, 20, 30 laps to go, 20 laps to go, somewhere in that range. And by going to desktop, by the time he gets back, he had ended up losing a good 6, 8 seconds on the track. And at that point, he had to leave fuel saving mode because he was trying to save fuel to make sure he could make it. Since he lost that time on the track and Hot Rod was coming fast, Momo had to start driving it hard again. He had to start giving it all he had just to try to stay ahead of Hot Rod, not let Hot Rod catch up with him. And I think regardless whether he had run out of fuel or not, Hot Rod was going to catch him before that race was over. But Momo did run out of fuel with just a few laps to go. And Hot Rod passed him and took the victory at Richmond, man. That was an awesome race, and great job. Congrats on that win, Hot Rod.
Yeah, thanks for the win. It would have been great if I kind of wish Momo wouldn't have went to desktop, because I think I could have called him anyway, but it definitely would have been interesting to see. Hot Rod wins, Mayhem second, Texan third, Momo got fourth, and Eddie D rounds out the top 5. They only had 3 guys that led laps in that race.
And look at how many laps Momo led, 139 laps. 139 out of 150 laps, or 160 laps. That's
something like that.
he
The only
had
two
a
other guys
dominant
that led
car.
laps was me and you, and we led 21. So,
Yeah. And look at there at the bottom, you can see only 2 cautions for 10 laps in a 160 lap race at Richmond. So hats off to all the drivers in that race. I mean, that's a great job to run. Richmond is not an easy track. We all know the car gets loose, especially in this Cup Series with all the horsepower going down through turn 1 and 2. The car gets loose, and cars sometimes can get looser at the end of the run as well. So great job to everybody for running that race clean and mostly green.
Even in the back of the field on this race, Texan, I was back there with Bubba J and the rookie, and we were going back and forth, racing each other hard, crossovers, the whole 9 yards, just having a blast down there. And like I said, we just had a blast with it. It was a fun race all the way around, and we had some great racing.
Yeah, Richmond is, it's a great track for that. It's real easy to drive in a little too deep and push up off the corner, giving somebody else a room to just get underneath you. And then you recover and pull it right back, get right underneath them the next lap. Great track, fun track to race. You can hold your own on the outside if you can get it down there, low enough, and that person on the bottom will hold their line on the bottom. So you can have some great side-by-side racing here and some a lot of back and forth. So let's go take a look then at our standings here in the Cup Series. 9 races in, 4 left to go before we end the segment. And it looks like I've got a 20-point lead over Hot Rod. Mayhem in 3rd place, down by 29. Palmian in 4th place, down by 51. And Eddie D, rounding out the top 5, down by 82. You got about 9 points on Gear Jammer. Looks like it's going to be between you guys. Pockets back there, 99 back. So you got about, you got quite a few points over Pockets. 4 races left to go. It looks like it's probably going to be between you and Gear fighting for that last bonus point position at the end of the segment.
Yeah, and I haven't given up on gunning for rookie either. That was one of the races that I missed, and I'm going to do everything I can to get back up there as far as I can.
with 4 races to go, not impossible, but that's a lot of points to make up in 4 races, Eddie.
Yeah,
That's like me catching Texan. That's a lot of points to make up in 4 races.
30 points is that's quite a bit. 29. That's what, 8 points a race or better.
Yeah. With me, it's a little better. I only got to get 5. That's a little more doable, but against the Texan, it's pretty tough.
Well, this week you got a pretty good chance. You run well at the super speedways, and we are coming into Talladega on Thursday night. So anything can happen there. All it takes is a little bit of, I get caught up in the big one, or I have problems in the pits, and you get a victory.
Lose his 4th gear.
But the only good thing about the trying to make up them 20 points is we go to Talladega, and that's a crapshoot. We go to Dover, I run pretty good there. We go to Martinsville, I run pretty good there. And we go to Charlotte, and I'm pretty good there. So at least I have a chance. It's not like I don't have any chance at all.
Oh, yeah. Talladega, you could make up well over 5 points easily. You could make up 10 points at Talladega, no problem. Depending on how things go.
Yes, that's a crapshoot. But then I could lose 10 points just as easy there. So
yes. And Dover, that's not one of my best tracks. That's not one of my. That's a matter of fact, that's probably one of my worst tracks.
Depending on how that race goes, I got a whale of a long run set there. So we'll see how it goes.
So let's go over. We'll take a look at Friday night right quick. We did not have an Xfinity race this past Friday. We are most of the way through the first segment in the Xfinity series as well. Just 3 races left to go. We did have a fun run this past Friday night in the Xfinity cars. We all ran Michigan.
Michigan.
It just happened to be BSR Mayhem's birthday that day, so we, he put on a little fun run for us, and even gave away some beef jerky on his birthday. He's giving gifts out to other people. He put up a race for us at Michigan and gave away a little beef jerky in a drawing at the end of that race. Who won that beef jerky? Was that Eddie D? Was that you, I believe?
I got that one.
So Eddie D's got some beef jerky on the way, thanks to BSR Mayhem. And who took the victory Wednesday night? We remember who won that Michigan race?
I know Mayhem took third. I took fourth. I'm lost on the first 2 because I was busy door to door with Mayhem on that one.
Where'd Pockets finish? I know he had a pretty good car on Friday night.
I almost want to say Pockets took the win. I believe Pockets did take the win, actually, because I remember pulling up. I believe I finished in second. I think he took the win. I believe I remember pulling up next to him to give him the congratulations door slam there at the end of that race. So I'm pretty sure Pockets did take the win in that fun run at Michigan Friday.
Yeah, I can believe that. He had a pretty good car. He can buy me pretty good on the bottom.
So Saturday night team series. We're going to go over here. While we're getting into this, we'll go ahead and we'll refresh everybody on season 40. The season we just wrapped up a few weeks back. Full schedule. You see Momo taking the first win for Team Trump. Momo taking the second win for Team Trump. Third race, BSR Pockets took the win for the Black Car Mafia. And then comes the Aftershock team. BSR SS Joba winning race number 4. BSR Texan race number 5. BSR Palmian winning race number 6. And BSR Bubba J winning race number 7. That is all 4 team members of the Aftershock team from season 40, all taking a victory in back-to-back races in season 40. That's a rare occurrence right there, when you not only have all 4 of the members of a team that get a win during that season, but then they all do it back to back. I mean, that was just a solid month of everybody hating on the Aftershock team. But that's the way it goes sometimes, And the race number 7 or 8, BSR Randy C took his first victory here at BSR, winning at Talladega. Race number 9, BSR Pockets brings it back and takes another victory for the Mafia. And in the final race of the season, BSR Bubba J took the pole and the victory with a 5th win for the Aftershock team, sealing the deal. And Aftershock did take the victory by 20 points over the Trump team and 26 points over the Black Car Mafia. So hell of a race season in season 40. And this past Saturday, just last night, we did pick teams for season number 41. So we've got 3 teams. Some members are the same, some are different. So things have been swapped around a little bit here. We got some brand new teams, and we're going to be starting off on a brand new season in season 41. We're going to see how everybody matches up. Hot Rod, you want to go over who is on what team for season 41?
Yes, we'll start at the bottom of my list here, which is the new Aftershock team. SS staying with Aftershock. Randy C, Eddie D, and Bubba J all on the Aftershock team.
So that was SS and Bubba J were both Aftershock last season.
That's correct.
And once again, those two guys on Aftershock again, back to back with two new teammates, Randy C. and Eddie D. That's going to be another great team, Aftershock.
I just want to throw this out there that I think the pairing this season is way better than previous seasons we've had. I think this is the most fair set looking on paper team wise that we've had in quite a long time.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
I'd have to agree with you, Hot Rod. Gear and I talked about that last night, and we were saying the same thing.
Now we'll move on to the Black Car Mafia team. That keeps two members, or no, that only has one member from the previous team, and that would be Pockets, is on the Black Car Mafia, along with Rugrat, the rookie Palmion, and Momo.
Ooh, Pockets and Momo on the same team. Just about Momo and anybody on the same team. Yeah, that's
Yeah, but you got SS Bubba J on the same team. That
Yeah,
makes
this is
a pretty
true.
stout
This
team
is
by its
true.
own right.
Yeah, and to your point about this being the fairest, it seems like all three of these teams, it's got two good seasoned
Veterans and then
a
two.
couple of fairly new drivers. Yeah, so
Yep.
pretty fair.
Okay, and we'll move on to the new team, the Yingling team. That is myself, Gear Jammer, Vito, and Texan.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So that you were the only. No, you and Beto were both on
Both on
the Trump team.
2020.
Yes.
That's correct.
So that's another team that has two repeat members, two guys that end up on the same team 2 seasons in a row, and a couple other drivers mixed in. And last night we had our meet and greet race for all of these teams to get together and get all their whispers set up and just have our first run, get used to your teammates, cook up a little bit of strategy. And while we had a little bit of trouble getting that race going, I think we restarted it a few times, but once it got going, we had some great green flag runs and an awesome finish to the end of that race. Gear Jammer.
The finish alone was worth that race.
Absolutely. We ended up with we had all 4 of the Yingling team, all 4 of us, you, Gear Jammer, myself, and Vito were still there with the lead draft. All 4 of us running, and you had SS Joba and Eddie D for the Aftershock team. And those two guys, man, tremendous job holding in there on that outside line because we also had Palmian from the Black Car Mafia who was still up there with us, and we literally had 5 cars on the bottom line. Now, a couple of them were damaged. Palmian had a little bit of damage, and Big Vito also had a little bit of damage, but still 5 cars all on that bottom line, and Eddie D and SS Joba both had 75 tape on. But still, tremendous job for just 2 cars to be able to hang in on that top line the way they were doing. They were hanging right up there at the front, fighting, switching back and forth with Gear, who was in the lead for our team there on that low line, and fighting him for that front position for the last 10 laps of that race. And the finish of this race was, Gear Jammer comes off of turn 4, wants to make sure that Eddie D is not going to get the run to be able to pass him on the outside. So he moves up, and Eddie D had SS Joba literally pushing him through the tri-oval. So there's no way he could have lifted, and he just got into the back of Gear coming through the tri-oval right there, which spun Gear completely sideways. And I don't know how, but somehow Gear still managed to win that race completely sideways across the start finish line. It looked like it was pretty much a tie between Gear Jammer and Eddie D for the finish of that race last night, but Went to Gear Jammer, yeah. And I do have I've got a screenshot of this I got to share with you guys here, just so you can see what the finish of that race looked like. There it is right there. You can
Point 0.012 seconds.
Yeah, unbelievable. You can see Gear Jammer literally sideways, just about to cross the start finish line, and I think he is. I mean, like you said, 0.012 ahead of Eddie D. You can see Eddie D's nose about to cross that start finish line right there. And another good thing about this screenshot is you can actually see that start finish line. That was edited by BSR Mayhem. You can see the Bomb Squad logo down there. There's a picture of Pocket's face right there in the middle, right there on the start finish line, and I think I see Otis the Drunken Cow down there. But man, hell of a finish. That's we were talking about this last night, and that's the very definition of going too wide all by yourself to win the race.
Yes, absolutely, surely is. When he turned, and I hit him. That right there, that little bump I did in the front end. That's what won him the race.
So Larry, I know you took this screenshot here. I used your screenshot. You went the whole season last season, and you didn't have the aftershock cars.
No, and I figured out today why that is, and how that happened. So that won't happen no more. Here's what it is remember in the beginning of the season when you uploaded the cars to, I forget, I think you uploaded them to the lobby file browser, if I'm not mistaken, right? Ain't that where you uploaded, or to your OneDrive, something like that? Anyway, I downloaded them, and everybody was complaining they didn't have them, and they couldn't get them. So I tried to put them into the car file manager, remember? Because you had originally tried to do that, and it didn't work, and they got all messed up and all that. So I tried to figure out what happened with yours when you tried to do that. And when I removed mine to see if they worked from the car file manager, when I put them back in, they didn't work. There's a glitch somehow there when you cut them out of your series folder and you paste them into another folder somewhere. The car file manager still recognizes them, that you have them, but it won't re-download them. And if you put them back in, they still don't appear. So that's what happened to mine. That's why I didn't have them. So every time I put them in, they wouldn't show. That's why.
Well, here's another render I have. I got one that I took. This is a TGA. Give me a second here. I'm going to have to flip this around here, mirror it to get you the actual view. There we go. So this has everybody's paint in it, although it's not quite as close up as Larry's because Larry had cropped his, but you can actually see the other car's paint in there. Not anymore. I got it fixed. You'll catch up. Yeah,
okay. Yep, there it is.
For some reason, when it loads that TGA file, it loads
flips it upside down.
Upside down and backwards. Yeah, it's kind of strange. But yeah, that was a hell of a race, and like I said, hell of a finish for the meet and greet race for season 41. And these teams, they could not be stacked up any better for this season. So this is going to be a hell of a season. We're going to see. I think points will be a lot closer than 20 points to second. Second and third weren't too far. 20 points, 26 points. I think that whole group, all three of these teams, are going to be a whole lot closer. And Randy C., instead of being an independent this year, is going to be running on one of these teams. So it's great to have Randy on one of the teams with us. Randy is?
He's an aftershocker.
Randy's going to be an aftershocker. Yep.
And that's fitting because they pushed him to his first win. Imagine that.
That's right. We did do that last season. So I'm sure his teammates this year will be doing whatever they can to push him to another win.
Another one.
That's right.
That's right.
So that's about all we got for you guys this week. Wednesday night, we will be in the dirt. And Thursday and Friday night, we will be at, actually Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we will be at Talladega. Talladega will be the first race of season 41 in the team series on Saturday night. We will be running the Cup cars, and hopefully everybody will have their cars ready to go. I'll be off Tuesday. I'll get those other two Aftershock cars. So Eddie D, I'll get yours, and Randy C's cars ready to go before Saturday night. They'll be ready to go.
Thanks, sir.
And the England cars are done. Finished today. They are in the car file manager. All you have to do is run the car file manager, and you will have them.
So we appreciate everybody tuning in with us out there live this week. And I hope you all have a great week. We'll see you guys on the track in the dirt on Wednesday night. Have a good one.
Wednesday in the dirt. See ya.
See ya.
Sound muted.